giving our praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Charakah Kwadash. Give double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Salutes to all the sincere elect out there, keep fighting. And Abba Ratazar will be out of this bitch soon. That's the prayer anyway. So go and jump on this video, land back in of some videos that I've seen. And this is taken from the Pivot podcast. I'm just gonna as we do funnel everything through the scripture, because there's something that he said, something that is to my interest, which actually goes back to the scriptures. So Crawford's it's not a number. I won't sell my soul. So yeah, you got even people in the world that have some kind of what you call principles, morals. And once again, we're going to funnel everything through the scriptures. So let's just check out this video. Going to be a quick one.
There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you. Now we know your character. Sometimes, you know, you look at people and you be like, dang, man, you ain't got no dignity. You ain't got no morals. Like, come on, man. Like, what you gonna stand for if everything is about money?
Yep, what he said there, you know, I don't know who the guy is he's talking to, being interviewed, who Crawford is being interviewed by, but I gather some kind of sports or former sports footballer. I think some of them are sportsmen that are interviewing him. And there's a lot said in this throughout the whole of the actual interview, but this is what caught my attention. He said, oh, yeah, everything is for sale. What the dude with the hat on who said that you can have my soul. And Bud Crawford said, well, that just shows your character. You know, and he say, you be looking at certain people, he's saying, you ain't got no morals, you ain't got no integrity. As a matter of fact, we're going to get into that word now. A couple of scriptures came to mind when I heard that, what Terence Crawford said. The word integrity, meaning being honest and having strong moral principles, consistently acting with sincere fairness, strong ethics, even when no one is watching, demonstrating wholeness and unity between one's beliefs and actions. Yep, that's the meaning of the word there. Moral uprightness, adherence to strong ethical principles, honesty and truthfulness. The meaning of the word there. As Google's on point with that, and that's even close to what it says in the blue letter. Integrity, etymology, tap that in as well. In the Latin, it says it means wholeness, completeness or soundness, derived from the root word intriga. So wholeness, yep. And when you're sick, you know, sickness is or even sin means we're not whole. But integrity, the meaning of it is wholeness as far as morals. So Terence Bud Crawford, well known as a world champion now on multiple weight classes. I think he started at 135, if I'm not mistaken, and he went up to 140, then 147. That's welterweight. Then 152, up there middleweight, and then 168. So multiple weight classes he's now champion of, and he retired, and he's getting a lot of stick for retiring. And this dude here is, he says, yeah, there's a lot of temptations, and he come from the stable of a lot of like real good fighters. That stable that he came of, Andre Ward, Shakur Stevenson, to name a few. And they're elite. All of them are elite boxers. We just saw what happened with Stevenson's and Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. We just saw what happened there, and he was backing. Terence Bud Crawford calls Shakur Stevenson his younger brother. And similarly, this is not a boxing video, but just giving you some, some background. Similarly with Andre Ward, they call Shakur Stevenson. He calls Shakur Stevenson a younger brother also. So they're all from the same stable, all elite boxers, and all three of them, are undefeated at this point. Bud Crawford, Andre Ward, and Shakur Stevenson, they're all undefeated, and they're all from the same stable. But there seems to be some kind of standards in where they come from in that boxing stable. Andre Ward retired undefeated. Obviously, they're trying to lure him back. He's not come back. They're trying to lure Terence Crawford back, as what the question was. And everything's, you can buy everything. Everybody has a price. And that dude there showed himself. He exposed himself. He said, "Yeah, you can have my soul." And Terence Crawford said, "Well, that just shows what type of character you are." And that's not my attitude. His attitude was that all he wanted was a legacy or world championship, and what comes along with that is just the bonus. But that's what you call integrity or getting your priorities right. And what he said, scriptures come to mind. I'm going to read a couple. Matthew chapter 6 and 26. Right, this is in red letters. We start from 25. It says, "For whosoever will save his soul shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what if a man profiteth, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" Yep, that's exactly right. Because throughout the whole of the video, I think it's over an hour long. He be talking about what he's seen in boxing. Many people can't speak properly. We've got the example of Muhammad Ali, which some people say he was punch drunk, but I speak as a man. I believe that they gave him something. Muhammad Ali was too outspoken, so-called a braggart. They say there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. So I believe that they shut up Muhammad Ali. They say he suffered from Parkinson's. I believe that they gave him something in his drink. That's just me, but what Terence Crawford was talking about, a lot of people that stay in the game too long, they have slurred speech, you get problems, brain problems, those type of what they call punch drunk in the game of boxing. All types of side effects to the boxing game. And he's alluding to that. That's what happens if you stay in the game too long. You usually don't get out with all your senses, which is a very powerful point. 26 now. "For what is a man profiteth, if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" That's exactly what he said. You know what I mean? What are you gonna get if you sell your own soul? This guy he just exposed himself, man. He exposed himself. I don't need to say anything more about that dude who was asking the question. Everything has a price. Well, that's not true if you got standards, if you have integrity, if you have moral standards, if you're whole, right? And you're whole shy, the perfect example. And let's read a couple more precepts here. So that's really the go-to scripture when it comes to, a lot of these sellouts, 2/3 in the music game also. People like Pete, the Diddler, just to name a few. 50 Cent, they're all on the same boat, right? And then you got the others, the extreme lot, which is coming out with the Epstein files as well. So we're finding out about these people, right? The 2/3 of the wicked of our own people, and also the leaders, right? People like Clive Davis, and there's a lot of people like that. The one who was above the Diddler, P. Diddy's mentor. We're finding out that they're beasts, and there's a lot more that's been taking place that's coming out. As far as spirit cooking, all kinds of things, the adrenochrome. So these people, we're just talking about right now. What we're talking about is the morals and the low morals of these people, and it's coming out, and we're in that time of exposure. right? Revelations means to reveal. So let's hit this one as well. Proverbs chapters 11 and 3 says, the integrity of the upright shall guide them. That's right. So even Terence Crawford in the world, a boxer, and we're going to give credit where credit is due. He's done quite well financially, but I hope you hold your principles and hold to what you just said, because now they've the shadow government has heard that. The shadow government has heard that. I remember when Dave Chappelle said that he would never wear a dress. Dave Chappelle, the comedian, I think he had a little break. He's come back. The well-known comedian Dave Chappelle, and also Kevin Hart. He said he would never wear a dress, and he was strong on it. So I'm just hoping that you stand and keep that stance you have, Terence Crawford. But anyway, they had a strong stance. Remember, they're in the world, and you need to be in the spirit, and you need the Most High's back in. So hold your ground on that. And then, anyways, Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, they ended up wearing a dress, all of them. So they're gonna try and throw and grind him down now after they've heard that. That's how Esau gets down. When he hears you have principles, he doesn't like it, and he's gonna offer you the world. And we can get it, but we ain't gonna get it in this video. As a matter of fact, we might get it. What happened with Yehoshua? I might just quote it. That's in Matthew's chapters 4, around 8. They offered him the world. Satan, after he came from the temple, he got baptized. Yehoshua, he went into the wilderness. In the spirit we're talking here. He went into the wilderness, and Satan offered him the world. He showed him the hologram and all the kingdoms that was on offer. Yehoshua was Yehoshua was he was fasting. He was fasting. And that's when Satan approached him, when he thought he was at his weakest. But Yehoshua proved him wrong by quoting back the scriptures to him and holding to the principles and integrity. And we got Yehoshua once again as the example. Yehoshua said, no, you must serve man. As a matter of fact, man, I'm talking about it. Let's find it. Let's get that. This ain't intending to be a long video, but I'm going to get that precept. Matthew 4, one of my favorites. Let's hit that. All right, so we're going to start from. Let's start from 4. Matthew 4:4 says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh. Then the devil took him up unto the holy city and set him on a pinnacle of the temple and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God. So you got what's the saying? The bigger you are, the harder you fall. Well, it didn't happen with Yehoshua. Yehoshua is a prime example, but that's what the goal of the devil was. If I can get the Son of God to fall, then I've got everything. I've done it. So that was Satan's attitude. Then the devil take him up unto the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple. When I use all your imagination, you can just see, the buildings. You got all these St. Paul cathedrals, all these main landmarks and monuments. Satan showed him all of them. Yeah. 6, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and if their hands thou shalt bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Tempting him with wealth, riches, tempting him with his abilities, which Yehoshua did have superpower. Yehoshua had spiritual power. He could have done it. All right, let me read 5 again. Then the devil taketh him up unto the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thou down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Satan was trying to use the scriptures. It was manipulating the scriptures. For the most part, it was true, but it was just out of context. And he was tempting Yahushua himself. So 7, Yahushua said unto him, this is the answer, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. You come to me with scriptures, I'm going to correct you with scriptures. Right? So that's Yahushua correcting Satan with the scriptures. 8, again the devil taketh him up unto an exceedingly high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms. This is the point. All the kingdoms of the world and glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship thee. This is what I was referring to when Yahushua was taken up by Satan via a hologram, via Satan showing him these buildings and vast buildings, and saying, you can have all of it. You can have all of it. Reading on, 10. Then saith Yahushua, let me read 9 again. Saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Right? So if you fall down, if you lose your integrity, as this man was alluding to, he's interviewing Bud Crawford, everything has a price. This is what he's saying in so many words. Everything has a price, man. If I offer you the right amount, you're going to take it. Right? If I offer you the dog, I was there, he said, my dog is not for sale. We used that analogy, this same guy. My dog is not for sale, but someone comes along with the right amount of money, you can have it. No form of stance, nothing. No integrity, no principles, no morals. This man, that's what he's showing. He exposed himself. So, read 9 now. And saith unto him, all these things I will give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. 10. Then saith Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only thou shalt serve. Yep. He took the stance and he kept it. Right? He didn't break down. He didn't bow down to Satan. That was Satan's goal. Because if he would have, we would have been finished too. So Yahushua had a principle. He had principles, and he was on a mission, and he accomplished the mission. So, and this is what happened in verse 11. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. So another thing that comes to mind after reading that is the story of Job. Very similar. We know the story of Job. Then I might just hit that too. Once again, this is not going to be a long video. The story of Job. I'm just going to hit the bullet points. Job, the bet was taken place. This is in Job 2. And after the bet was taken place, I'm going to hit verses 4 of Job 2. It says, Satan answered, and Satan answered, Lord said, skin for skin, and all that a man hath will he give for his life. That's what Satan said. So Satan went away with the desire to make him lose his integrity. The bet was taking place in the heaven. Then said his wife, so he lost everything, and his wife also started to come against him. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thine integrity? And he's telling his wife, and that happens too in today's world. Mosai or Satan could use your closest supposedly ally or relationship as far as family or your wife. Satan, the Most High can allow Satan to jump on them just to see where you're at. And it happened with Job. And what happened? He lost everything. Satan came against him, and he all his livestock. He lost that for a period of time, though, only for a period of time. And so we turn over the page to Job 27 and 6. For my righteousness I hold fast and will not let it go. My heart shall not reproach me so long as I live. That was the stance. He kept his stance. Right from Job, the beginning, he kept his stance. Things happened. Fire came out of heaven, rain fall, and he lost everything. House blow down, livestock deleted. So he went through a lot. Right? In 4 it says, my lips shall not speak wickedly, wickedness, nor my tongue utter deceits. God forbid that I should justify you till I die. Will I not remove thine integrity from me? Yeah. All right. So that's another beautiful example. 2 top examples: Yahushua and Job himself. When you get into it, right, it's a real drama story, better than any movies today. When you get into it, really, when you really get into it. So turn over the page again. Job 31 and 6 says, let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may not may know mine integrity. So he proved it. He proved the bet. The bet that took place in heaven. Job, I wonder. Satan put it to Yahushua, which is all a part of the Most High's movie, because the Most High is in control of Satan himself as well. So the ultimate moral of the story, when you get to the latter end of it, Job 42 and 10, and the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. Oh yeah. So the example there, in all what he was going through, he prayed. And he prayed for his friends as well. And the Mosai prayed. He said he prayed for his friends also. Yep, there's power in prayer and praying for your friends. Friends also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. So everything he lost, right? When you get into it, we're going to hit another one. Everything he lost, the Mosai did, blessed him back, gave it all back, and then some. Jump down to 12. It says, so the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had foreseen. For he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she asses. Right? He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. He called the name of the first, the name there, Jima, and the name of the second, Kizar, and the name of the third. I'm probably going to butcher it. But yeah, the Most High blessed him everything back, including his sons and his 7 daughters. Yep, he had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. So everything he lost, Most High blessed him back double. And when you go on to read about them, they was beautiful. His daughters were beautiful. So that's the moral of the story, man. You know, what will a man give in exchange for his life? What would a man give in exchange for his soul? Right? In this case, what happens in the world, they don't usually hold out. But I'm just hoping you hold out, Terence Crawford. You hold out. There's examples, There's examples and there's reasons to hold out. He said he's about his family. He says he's about his health. He's got a reason to. For us, we have a reason to. It's about a lot more than just that, right? What we have a reason to hold out is about serving Yehovah Hashem Yahushai. And what he's offering us is to infinity, right? On this side, health too, even on this side, health too. But ultimately, salvation and eternal life, and to be whole and one once again with our Maker, the whole Hashem Yahushai. Once again, I just say, everything the Most High offers us, there's a reason to hold out and keep our integrity right to the end. And as the scriptures say, he that endures to the end is the one that will be saved, and there's a reason to hold out. Once again, what would a man give in exchange for his soul? And we have a reason to hold out and keep our integrity when we went into the word, right? To be whole, right? And that's the ultimate goal, to be whole and one with your whole Bashim Yoshai once again. Till the next one, we're out.